What advice would you give to current active duty members who are getting ready to transition out of the military? What advice would you give them?
I would say the first, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask the questions to those above you. The things that we've spoken about, ask about your disability just to get to medical and to make sure things are documented. If it hurts, go get it checked out. Don't like we talked about, don't be the tough guy that I'll just push through it. No, because you don't need to push through it for the rest of your life. Get it looked at. Ask those questions. If you have questions on the education, ask how you can get involved in that. Ask what the next step looks like. When you go through your outdocking classes, like we talked about, where they teach you those types of things, actually dig into the resources that they provide you. I know a lot of the programs now actually do have, at least us coming from aviation, there are aviation specific recruiters that have inserted themselves into these classes so that they can actually put you in touch with a civilian aviation recruiter as you exit the military. And that's going to be military wide. There's recruiters for almost anything you can imagine. So understand your resource and also take it slow. Don't think that you have to hit the civilian world and year one, you got to be landing a six-figure job and have a house and this, that, and the other. Baby steps. You baby stepped into the military, you have to baby step out. Otherwise, you're going to trip, and you have to make sure that you have a plan. That's the other piece of advice. Just have a plan. It doesn't have to be solid, but just like we talked about, day one when you wake up. But just set little goals. Like I said, if your goal is to make that money, whatever you want to be, or be in that position, that's great. But set it at the top of the pegboard and create steps to get up there, because it does not happen overnight at all. I'm the only people that have. I'm not that lucky guy that fell into it the day I got out of the military. But take it as it comes. Understand also. I would say that my last piece of advice is understand who you are. Um, Understand the person beneath the service member, if that makes sense. You know what you are in the service. That I was a Marine, I was an E5, I was a crew chief, but who was I as Ethan? What did I value? What did I want to do, and what was I passionate about? And that last 6 months of my service was so gung ho, so solid running forward. I didn't have time to meditate on myself a little bit and say, what do I want to do after this? And I had to hit the fast forward button at the end to try to catch everything up when it was over. So just understand who you are as well and utilize your time to know what's next for you when you get out, so it doesn't jump out of nowhere and scare you when the time comes.
I think that last nugget you just dropped is super important because when you take off that uniform, yeah, you're no longer Sergeant Higgs, you're Ethan Higgs. And who is Ethan Higgs? Like, you have to know who you are as a person so that the direction you're going in is guided by something that's not the military anymore, because the military is going to tell you where to be, what time to be there, what to wear, and everything you need to know. But once that's gone, you have to dig down deep inside and understand you. And that's going to give you the knowledge and guidance you need to push you forward on whatever direction you want to go. So, yeah, have a general idea of plan of where you want to be. The journey and the life is going to unfold, and you're going to be where you
Yep.
need to be, but you have to know you first. Now,